March was what I would call an average month. Starting from my earnings, they were slightly less than usual, because what happened is that I work for a big company and I changed project in the company. I didn't choose it, but yeah, it's okay. It's not that different. But the thing is that I don't work anymore 24/7. Like, of course I work on shifts, but my shifts could be any day of the week and any hour of the week. I used to do nights, I used to work in weekends. Here's the subway. Might have to cut it. So as I was saying, I used to work on nights, I used to work on weekends, and that of course pays more. So not doing that anymore, and consider that I was doing on average like 5 nights a month. Of course I'm gonna get paid less, and in general I took, unfortunately, 1 week of I was sick for 1 week. So yeah, even though it shouldn't affect you, it shouldn't affect your pay, in the end it kinda does a bit. So yeah, my earnings were less than usual. It was 1,218 euros, which is fine, to be honest, because I don't know if I already told you in the previous videos about this series. Of course, I'm recording these videos few months after I should have done it. And the reason is because I used to have another YouTube channel with my best friend, and we decided to separate our paths simply because of different visions. So in March I recorded the video for the previous channel, and yeah, then things got in the way that they got. So yeah, a few months went by, and at least at that time, I'm talking about all this because I want to bring you guys in what is my life and why some things are like that, and not only this is my situation. I want to go through the reasons for it. And here is the subway again, sorry. So what I was saying is that I don't just want to show you my situation, but I think that probably the most important part of this series is the reasoning behind the choices that I make. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense. I wanna bring you in my path, in my journey, and so yes, I think this is very important. So getting back to what I was saying, in this month we were planning on going to live together starting from September, and we were planning on going in a different country, in Switzerland. And so that surely took, would have taken some savings set apart for the rent, for buying the furniture and shit. And on the other hand, at the time I knew I could have changed job and earned more, but I didn't think it was worth it, because it was March. It was 6 months until Switzerland, until the day that we would have had to move out. So I didn't think it made that much sense to change job just for 6 months. Like, let's say I could have got till 1,800 a month. It's not gonna be those 500-600 euros a month that make the difference. Instead, I was concentrating myself on having the best chances of finding a job in Switzerland. I was studying for university, and of course I was working hard on my channel. So I just want to explain this time as for why my paycheck is so low. And hopefully, since now I don't have the plan to go to Switzerland with my best friend anymore, hopefully in the next month my paycheck is gonna raise, because right now I'm working on studying, on taking certifications within my field, and hopefully get in a company that values me more. But yeah, I already talked a bit too much. Let's talk about what the expenses were. And yeah, it's the same thing as for the earnings. My expenses were kind of average. There was the usual tank of gas for the car, usual university, a bit of fun, which is kind of high because it's more than 200 euros. But if you watched the previous video, you know that me and my best friend went to a trip to work for the previous channel. And so in this 200 euros, there is part of the trip, because it was between the end days of February and the first days of March. So that's when we came back. And since we went there with the car in March we paid for the gas and the last few days that we've been there. So yeah, it's not all fun. It's also about a bit about the journey, the trip that we made. Cigarettes, as usual, I will always include them. Even I know that in the comments you don't like it, but and I don't like it either. I mean, but this shows that I want to be as transparent as possible. This is surely not one of the main focus, not one of the main things I focus on right now, but for sure in the future, maybe starting from next year, it's surely gonna be one of my priorities, I promise. Yeah, expenses are basically this, because then there are taxes, in which I also include like the money for the phone, because I don't know in which category otherwise I should put it, and I invested this month, so those are the fees for being able to invest. And yeah, in the end, other minor expenses for 14 euros, which leave me a total of 557 euros and 2 cents of expenses. Yeah, considering the 1218 earned. This month in March, I was able to save 660 euros 98 cents. It actually is a saving rate of 54%, which it actually surprises me, because considering the lower paycheck, I didn't think I would have been able to save more than half of it, so I'm happy about it. But of course, as I already told you guys, in the next months I'm gonna work on making that paycheck higher. Next topic is investments. I finally invested this month more than 2,000 euros, and I chose to put them all in the ETF that is basically 60% probably of my net worth. I mean, at least of the invested one, and yeah, it's called SWDA. I'm honestly not that happy, but I don't critique myself too much, because this was a very heavy month for the market. They went down drastically. They went down by a bit, and I was unlucky because I invested in the first days of the month. So I invested when prices were still up. But yeah, even though it leaves me with a bit of discomfort, I know that in the long game it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm not too harsh on myself for it, and also it's not something that I can control. So to talk in general about this month, as I told you, I was kind of shocked, to be honest, in the beginning, to see my paycheck going this down. I didn't expect. I mean, I knew it would have been lower, of course, but I didn't expect the difference to be this much. But at the same time, once I saw my paycheck, I didn't think I would have ended up the month saving more than 50% of it. So I'm proud of myself from my behavior point of view. And yes, again, I'm gonna tell you, in the next month, I'm gonna work on earning more. I think like my goal right now is to change job within like September, something like that. Because look, right now, I know that I could change it and earn more. But let's say that I go from 1,200 to 1,500. Okay, I think I could do that now. But what I think is that if I take few months for myself, like till September, through some certifications that I'm doing and that I plan on doing, and through some studying, of course, I think I could get even higher. So I don't really think it makes sense to change now and then change again in September. Also, because it's not something that HR views in a good way. So I just prefer for now, even though I know my paycheck isn't that great, I prefer staying here in my company. But because yeah, in the end, anyway, I earn way more than I need. So it's not gonna make that much of a difference. And actually, right now, working basically full remote, it helps me with university, and I'm going through a period with a bit of exams. So, and also with YouTube, it really helps working from home. But yeah, I think we talked too. I talked too much for this financial update. Let's go to the end of it. Let's watch my net worth. The liquidity is lower than the previous month because, of course, part of it was invested. And if the previous month was slightly more than 2,000 euros, this month is slightly less. It's basically 1,900 euros, which is too low. It's too low. I think at this point the video on the emergency fund is going to be public, and go watch it if you haven't, or wait for it. It should be around this time anyway. It's too low because considering the value of my car, if something would happen to the car, it wouldn't be enough to get a new one or to fix a heavy damage for it. I make the car just as an example, just because it's the value, the asset that has more value. So yeah, I definitely exaggerated because the FOMO for investing. Yeah, sometimes even if I'm here to try and teach you about investments, sometimes we are victims of biases and of these things. So yes, I'm gonna work on it. In the next months, I'm surely gonna make it higher. That leaves me with a net worth for the end of March of 29,144 euros, which is lower than the previous month of 1,343 euros. Even considering that I saved up like 600 euros, and that shows you how bad investments performed in this month. Oops. So yeah, this was it. Not much to say, too much to say. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how your month went and how March went, if you even remember it, or anyway how you responded to this little crash that happened. I would really appreciate if you would hit the like button and subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.